Back to Hawaii, man. You said you loved it last year.
Yeah.
Is it an easy decision to accept a fight to come back here?
Absolutely. Right? To Hawaii.
It's not hard for me to
Yeah,
do my
yeah.
job here.
Very,
Yeah.
very easy to come back here. You're in good spirits. When you're in good spirits, you fight well. So,
Do you have your training partners or coaches fight you out who's coming up on this trip since you've already done it once, or how does that go?
well, I bring the same two guys mostly everywhere I go, and the only other person that I would bring would probably be Neil Melanson, but he couldn't make it. So it was like he didn't come because he just couldn't make it.
I was actually going to ask you about that. I work with Neil myself, and does he still fly out for your camps? You told me that before, that you guys try to get together and kind of game plan and get a little bit of his influence. Are you still actively doing that for your training camps?
I actually went to him this time.
Okay.
I went to him because I wanted to work with him. Walter Gahaza had his last fight, and so he was in camp, and then AJ Matthews is there with him. Trifecta, those are my boys, so I had to go see my boys. About to get another fist fight.
Talk to me about the last time out. Obviously, didn't go your way, but that's also easily the most accomplished guy you've been in there with yet.
Right.
What kind of lessons do you take from that? I mean, when you got to learn how to build off of something you've never experienced before. What was the aftermath of it?
When you say never experienced, what are you talking about?
Like never experienced like an MMA loss. How's that?
Okay. I think that I've experienced those type of losses in training before, and once I kind of moved back to Cleveland, started doing my own thing, I had less adversity, So that just showed me that I needed to make sure this camp was filled with adversity, and it was. It was, constantly losing in training. That's the key.
So you took a hardship from that last fight, and you made sure that you just filled yourself up with hardships in for this training
Absolutely,
camp. Yeah.
absolutely. That's the only thing you can do, right? Sit there, learn, move on.
It's sort of it's a reasonably quick turnaround for you this time too. Was that part of it as well, is wanting to get some kind of a bad taste out of your mouth and saying, get me back in there soon, I got to rebound from this?
In the words of Max Holloway, it is what it is, baby. So that's how I looked at it. I knew right after the last fight that I was coming here, that I was going to fight in Hawaii. I didn't know who I was going to fight. I took about a week or two to be angry, to walk everybody down in training, to brawl, to lose the technique, to go through everything that I needed to go through. And then we got back on track. We started to get better, started to develop a little bit more,
What were you able to kind of find out about your opponent? Obviously, he's a guy that I'm sure you knew kind of earned his way in here through the tryouts that they had out here a few months
Right.
ago. But were you able to look stuff up on him?
Yeah.
Study some stuff up, and what does he bring to the table that you've been able to see?
He's a wrestler. He's a younger version of me. Right? If I had to describe him, he's a younger version of me. So he's a killer, and I'm ready for a war. I want to have some fun.
Last one for me, just it sounds like the pragmatic side of you has kind of come out from that. I mean, obviously everybody knows that you have the athletic skills, background on that, but for people that don't know you, you're an intelligent cat as well. You do programming and other things. Are you kind of bringing that aspect of it, more the mental in, as you're getting more comfortable with the physical and your job as a fighter?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like I've went through two phases so far as a fighter. My first phase was when I was first starting to fight as an amateur and in a room with guys like, all the guys at the Black Zillions. It was survive, bang, kill. I think after my pro debut, it's been all, let's be technical, and if it's not 100% right, you take them down, right? Now it's a little bit of both. Now I want to kill, and I want to be technical, and I'm going to decide when I can do both. And that just all comes with, game planning, structure, adding more coaches, having more eyes, listening more. They can give me their input. They can direct what they want to direct during training. They see things that I don't see, and then, I see things that myself. That's where the extra work comes in. So it's like, now I've got all these eyes. I've got 5, 6 brains thinking. instead of just one brain, just my brain thinking. It's like having processors. It's like, you know, having different servers. 6 servers is probably better than one, you know, depending on what the workload is. And in this game, the workload's heavy. So if you got a heavy workload on one server, eventually, you know, the performance slows down, as opposed to 6 servers, right?
I like that analogy.
A little coding for you.